Hi guys, we are at Topic 66. It's a little bar in the middle of nowhere, just outside of Lake Havasu. And we're trying to get on down the road, get some food. It's taking a little while. I'll show you around. I think it's us coming right now. Yes, we're waiting. Love it, love it, love it. Beautiful historic Route 66 in Top Rock. It's hard to say. Topak? I don't know what to say. Anyway, we came, we saw, we had some food. We're gonna get back in our rig, pull out, but first we're gonna hit the general store right here, see what's going on. We are still cooking, still heading towards the Grand Canyon, obviously in Arizona. We are now on I-40, cutting through Arizona, and it is just spectacular, man. This is Route 66 right here for sure. We've been on and off old Route 66 quite a bit, but this is an area where I-40 is Route 66. And if I can just bring your attention to the right side of the screen, this thing's not doing this any justice, I can guarantee you, but it is just spectacular, guys. You're just watching this while you drive the whole time. I mean, it is just absolutely gorgeous. Get out here and see it for yourself. Enjoy it, put the miles in, rolling through Kingman. Still on I-40, we are getting closer and closer and closer to the Grand Canyon. I-40, Arizona, not quite sure the mile marker here. If I see one, I'll call it out. We're about 11 miles to the Grand Canyon juncture. We're I-40, and I believe, I don't know what the road going north is, but I'll call it out when we get there. But truckers want you guys to stay to the right. I love truckers, man. No trucks, no America, but come on, fellas, stay to the right for Jiminy Christmas. Anyway, the cool thing is, as we're getting closer and closer to the Grand Canyon, mile marker 155, Arizona, we are eastbound Route 40, so put it in perspective. But a little bit we'll be there, and it's just interesting to watch the terrain and the geology and the rocks and the fault line. It's like everything is slowly changing, and it's really cool. Just looking around. Look at those beautiful snow-capped mountains up there in front of us. Snow is still all over everything. Absolutely stunning. We'll be there shortly. Next stop, Grand Canyon. Whew. All right, hard driving. We're getting off I-40. We are just outside the Grand Canyon. We're in a little tiny town right here, just fueled up. And kind of funny, man. We left California this morning, and now we were in the high desert there too, and it was chilly, but it's warm. This is the high desert of Arizona outside the Grand Canyon. And it's cold, and I mean cold. Had to stop, put some thermals on. Had to put some, it's cold. So anyway, so very shortly, full tank of gas, everything's filled back up, and we will be at the Grand Canyon here shortly. Get our room for the night, and then we'll spend basically all day tomorrow exploring. All right, we are going under the sign, the famous gateway to the Grand Canyon. But
in 800 feet, turn right.
We actually took one exit too soon. So where we're going up to the northern rim, we got to get back on 40 real quick. We just stopped to get some fuel, use the restroom, blah, blah. So anyway, quickly back onto I-40 East, quickly. And then we're going to be turning back off I-40 in about a mile. And then it's about 50 miles north to the Grand Canyon. So even though we're at the gateway to the Grand Canyon, we're about 50 miles from the Grand Canyon. We'll be there shortly. All right, check that little sign right there. Oh, that's a little too much. That's a little too much. Stand by, eyes left, boom. 64 north to the Grand Canyon. Turning off, man, this kid in front of me. Listen, everybody with a diesel motor. Let me just talk on this really quick. When you roll coal for no reason, it literally makes you look like a fucking idiot. And I'm a country boy. And I love diesels, and I'm riding in a car on 38-inch tires. But every time you start and stop, you roll coal like that is just literally retarded. Anyway, 64 north is speed limit like 45, at least it is right now. Looks like the speed limit changes quite a bit. All right, good, back to 55, but this road is rough. So don't let the smooth camera fool you, that's a gimbal, but the road is rough. So this is gonna be cool, high country. We just passed bear crossing signs, we just passed elk crossing signs, and we've been seeing pronghorn all over the place. So really, really cool. Long drive. We got about 45 miles to go north here to get up to the Grand Canyon. And then, yeah, hopefully we can find our hotel and hopefully tomorrow we'll see some pretty cool stuff. Time will tell. Still northbound on 64, and it's like high country forest, and it's absolutely cool, guys. So from all desert, all red rock, to we are surrounded by trees, no leaves, all evergreens, all small shrubbery, but unique evergreens you just don't see in the Appalachia or Blue Ridge or any of that. So it's really neat, and definitely up in the high country right now, mile above, over 5,000 foot elevation, I believe, right here. So pretty damn cool. And I have a feeling when we cross over this little ridge, it's gonna be neat. So I'm gonna bring you guys along for the visual. Give it a second. We're on a flat top, and we're gonna drop down this ridge, and hopefully it's beautiful. I mean, it's all beautiful, but hopefully we get a good visual. Not too bad. Watch off the right-hand side of the screen, guys. Go a little wider. Nope, that doesn't really help. Let me go back to this. Off to the right, it's, oh man, getting closer.
Right, and then you're gonna make your.
All right, guys, we are entering, this is not really the Grand Canyon. I think the Grand Canyon is about 10 or 12 miles
Exit the
north.
traffic circle onto Arizona 64 North,
But
then turn left at Forest
this is a
Service
hotel
Road
area.
302.
So there's a couple hotels that are right in the
Take
Grand
the next
Canyon.
left at Forest Service
But
Road
I think you'd have to have
302,
reservations
then turn
like 5 years in advance to get into them, from what it looked like. But anyway, so we're pulling into the Best Western Grand Canyon, the only place we could find
turn right,
a room.
then turn left.
And yeah, we're here. It's early, not really early. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, so it's kind of late. But waking up in the Grand Canyon, we have to go about 7 miles north, right to the rim of the Grand Canyon to get breakfast. But we're gonna bounce up there, get some breakfast, take a little look around, a small tour. But we have a, what's it called?
Pink Jeep.
Pink Jeep tour set for 16:30. So it's gonna be a little bit of a Jeep. They're gonna take us down to the rim. Then we have like a mile hike. We're gonna catch a sunset on it. It's a group thing, but it'll be cool. And then a little bit of hike back, and then drive back up. So we're not gonna waste too much time trying to like see the Grand Canyon, just because we're gonna see it all day anyway. So get out, get some breakfast, take a look around, start the day. So we're rolling up. So remember, the town that we're in right now is not actually the Grand Canyon. It's definitely called Grand Canyon. This is a Grand Canyon address. But to get lodging on the Grand Canyon, I think you need to make reservations like 6 months in advance or something, that's for sure. But we did get lodging down here, and we actually got the last, that's the old pink Jeep to the left. We actually got the very last room in the entire resort. We're staying in a huge resort. We get the last room available. I think it was just happenstance of a cancellation. But so anyway, there is camping though. We have driven through a couple campgrounds, free camping, and it's always open. Hey dude, just walk across the road, like literally. Why are you walking and looking at cars? You're playing with your life. It's so silly. Anyway, onward and upward. We'll throw the camera up. We'll see some cool stuff here. Supposedly there is elk everywhere through here, so we'll keep our eyes open for some elk. And right now though, main
Exit
mission,
the traffic circle onto
get some
Arizona
food.
64.
Slight traffic jam at the entrance right here of the, sounded bad. You couldn't even understand me. Couldn't even see the sign. All a waste of time. It's only about 20, 30 yards long. And at all these national parks, national forest, national parks, as long as you have a park pass, which we do, you just hold it up and take the right lane and go right through while everybody else has to do what they're doing. So highly recommend getting a park pass for sure. No doubt about that. And it'll make your life a lot easier. We're next, guys, waiting to get up here and show our park pass and get into the Grand Canyon. We are next. Everybody has a million questions for these rangers. You gotta give the rangers a lot of grace for their level of patience, for sure. We are officially in the Grand Canyon State Park, Grand Canyon National Park, sweet Lord. Pine trees on pine trees, man. Beautiful pine trees at that. You get some real good camping here. Pine needles everywhere, thick vegetation, protect you from the wind, get you up off the ground. It's good stuff, man. But I don't see a Grand Canyon yet. I know that's a fact. All I see is pine trees. But I know we're climbing. We've been going steadily uphill for quite a long time right now. So I'm assuming at any point in time here, the trees are gonna break. We're gonna start seeing some crazy rock formations. So we're just gonna let this camera go for a little bit. We're turning onto the Village Loop Drive right here, yeah. It's interesting. So there's like little communities up in here,
for half a mile.
We're assuming these are where the rangers live or full-time staff live, but there's real houses up here right off the Grand Canyon, which is very interesting. So On the hunt for this elusive coffee stop. Train station to the left. That's pretty cool.
Go around the bend.
Go around it.
Yep.
Yeah, there's general offices.
Didn't go all the way on the wide.
Yeah. Crossing over the railroad tracks, which is kind of weird. They literally start and end right there.
That's really cool.
Now we're going left here.
Yep.
They literally start right here. That's really cool. Now I'm staying on the downside. There's an old caboose right there. That's an engine, I'm sorry. Keep right, we're keeping right. Feel you. So I'm a little concerned about parking when we get back to where we're going, but we're gonna figure it out. And man, it would be cool to make a long-term reservation and come stay back here in this little village.
In 1,000 feet, turn right.
Is, I believe, about 100 to 200 yards to our right now. You can't see it because we're on the backside of this hill, but
It's going to be coming up on the right.
yeah, and judging by how many cars are parked here, I am concerned. We made it. So, found parking. Really good parking at that. Really good parking. And walking down to get some food. Not the best hair day, doesn't matter. We can see the Grand Canyon up here in front of us, but mission right now is to eat because we do have a private tour coming later. But after we eat, we will slide up, try to get some on foot. Yeah, this is just cool. We made it. We made it. Wow. Stunning. Look at this little vermin right here. Look at him. See him? Cute little guy, let me show you. And he's literally just below the sign that says don't feed him. Oh, there he is, he's running. He's on the move. Absolutely stunning, man. Gosh. All right, it's like we said, we're not going to do a lot of hiking right now because we have a hike planned already. But we're literally just up here at the visitor center at the Grand Canyon, and it's like one step, you're inside getting coffee. The very next step, you're right over the Grand Canyon. It's crazy. Absolutely stunning. Really cool. We go down here to what looks like some kind of old. Wow. Damn. It's just wild. Just spectacular. All right, guys, to put this in perspective with how big the Grand Canyon is, does anybody see that little tiny dot down there? Here we go, be ready. Right there, that's a helicopter. That's a helicopter right there. And you literally cannot see him. And it's a helicopter. So cool. Yeah, he's close to that rim. Might be some caves or something over there, maybe. Wow. So this is just a little walkway right outside of a little restaurant, a little cafe. And it all backs up to the brim right here. South rim. And this is a little old lookout, a little gift store. So we're gonna go to the lookout studio. Pretty damn cool. Go see that. All right, guys, we're going out the terrace. That was a pull, not push. Wow. Wow. So now you get a real sense of it. That elusive helicopter. It's almost like noise pollution. Stunning. All right, guys, so we're going down some pretty steep stairs right here. Nothing crazy, guys. This is just a little walkabout to an overlook, but it's pretty cool. We'll do some crazy stuff later. I don't want to fall, though. High likelihood she will fall. That's why I'm going in the front, so I can catch her when she falls down the stairs, because that would not be abnormal, unfortunately. Damn. Okay, let's flip this camera. So hiking here is cool. This is by no means hiking. We're on a little paved trail, but look at this. Directly behind the paved trail is the canyon. So For anybody that needs a wheelchair, anybody that's a little mobility challenged, you're a little bit elder, you don't really want to risk falling down the damn canyon, you can just come to the visitor center and walk on this paved trail with rocks on both sides. But literally, you just look over your right shoulder and you're literally right above the canyon. So I got to give the Park Service a lot of credit, man. They made this very nice for people that don't or have the ability to actually hike and stuff. It's pretty cool. And this is it, man. It's like a little village along the trail, and it's right here. At any point in time you get tired of looking at the village, just look to your right, and there's the canyon. Stunning. Everything is stunning. We go ahead and check out this little art studio and bookstore along the trail. So guys, we're at one of the main overlooks on the main side of the park, and I want you to look around us. Don't be afraid to come here. You just got to come. There's almost nobody here right now. We got this whole thing to ourselves, literally. Like, it's actually crazy. There's almost no one here. So I was a little concerned about coming just because it was like, you know, is it going to be overwhelming, full of people, whatever, but it's not. And like, look over the shoulder here. Look at, I mean, it's just, you can do anything. We had the whole place to ourselves almost. It's wild. And it's like, what time is it?
Almost 11.
Almost 11. 10:45 in the morning. Nobody's here. And Grand Canyon's right there. But this is the trail. Paved trail I was talking about. You just want to go out for a little stroll, get some fresh air. It's like a mile out, mile back or something. But pretty cool. All right, guys, word of the wise when you're visiting the Grand Canyon. I am exiting the park right now, heading back to our hotel area. These are all the people entering the park right now. Now, when we entered, it took us about 12 minutes. That's it. We didn't even come to a stop until we got all the way to the main gate. And now we're leaving, and it is 11 o'clock local. It's gonna probably take these people an hour and a half to 2 hours to get into the park. And then I really gotta wonder, where in the hell are all these cars gonna park? Because we got a parking spot, but there was no other parking spots available for like the entire Grand Canyon. So I don't know. I would be so frustrated though if I waited in this line for about 3 hours. Now, we didn't even start recording until I was almost, hold on, stand by. Let me mute that. Radar detector doesn't like those little speed traps, but I don't know what I would do. Like, if I seriously waited in this line
mile at the traffic circle,
and
the
then
second exit
had to wait
on Arizona
2.5 to
south.
3 hours to get in the park, and then I finally got into the park and I realized there's nowhere to park. Where the hell are we gonna put our vehicle? Absolutely not. This is over 7 miles of wait, guys. We're at 7 miles right now. Like, picture that for just a second. It's a 7 mile backup to get into a park with very limited parking. I don't know.